If you have any unpaid fines, you may want to listen up. Anyone who owes counties or cities money and you're due a refund, the unpaid debt will now be taken from your state refund check. Governor Phil Bryant signed House Bill 991 into law on Wednesday. Our Quentin Smith speaks with a local mayor about this new legislation. He joins us live in the studio with more. Hey, Quentin.
Scott, this is a battle that many cities and counties have been fighting for the past several years now. What happens is people will receive a fine, but they'll fail to pay it. However, the Local Government Debt Collection Setoff Act has now been put in place to help combat this problem. Now, I do want to point out, the bill states that this only applies to anyone with debt of at least $50. If you have an unpaid fine, you'll be given a written notice alerting you that a hold will be placed on your refund. We caught up with Louisville Mayor Will Hill, who says he's in favor of this new bill.
If those fines are not paid or not in any effort to collect on them, then it's hard to establish a continuation of law and order. So being able to collect that money that's hung out there will be a benefit for all local governments and all citizens, because local governments where the rubber meets the road, and we all benefit from it regardless of socioeconomic status or anyone.
Now, if you receive a notice saying your debt will be collected from your refund, you'll have up to 30 days to request a hearing to appeal that notice. For more information on House Bill 991, just visit our website at WCBI.com. Scott?
Thank you very much, Quentin. Governor Phil Bryant's signature on the fetal heartbeat bill today keeps Mississippi among the states with the most restricted access to abortions. But as Courtney Jackson explains, now he's preparing for both the legal costs and backlash that it could bring.
Governor Bryant knows that his signature on the fetal heartbeat bill puts Mississippi among the ranks of the most restrictive abortion bans in the country.
It is wrong.
Legislative leaders know the passage of the legislation opens the door to a repeat court challenge.
I have absolutely no problem supporting strongly whatever it costs to defend this lawsuit, because I care about unborn children.
We believe that it cannot be denied that once a heartbeat is detected, that there is a life growing within the womb.
It's important to note that the law isn't set to take effect immediately. It specifies the effective date as July 1, but it's expected that the court battle will begin before that time.
They don't have to sue us. It's up to them. If they do not believe in the sanctity of life, those that are in organizations like Planned Parenthood, we will have to fight that fight. But it is worth it.
The Center for Reproductive Rights says the ban, like last year's 15-week ban, is unconstitutional, and they plan to sue the state to make sure it never takes effect. But Senator Joey Fillingane has faith the bill could survive a court battle.
We reside in Mississippi in the most conservative circuit court district in the country, that being the 5th Circuit. So if this bill has a chance in any of the lower circuits of being upheld, I think certainly the 5th Circuit is the place you want to be.
The Center for Reproductive Rights hasn't given a date for when they expect to file the legal challenge, but will do so before July 1st. Courtney Jackson, WCBI News.
New tonight, 2 men are in custody after a police chase crosses state lines. This all started just after 5 this evening in Millport, Alabama on Highway 96. Police Chief Charles White says police were trying to pull over a silver car for speeding. When police tried to pull it over, they say it kept driving down 96, which turns into Highway 50. The chase came to an end on Carleen Williams Road here in Lowndes County. White says 2 people were taken into custody. 1 suspect was taken to the hospital to be checked out. An Iuka man faces a murder charge for his alleged role in the death of a Tennessee man. Christopher Mailhot and Elena White were arrested today by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the Savannah Police Department. Wednesday, investigators found the body of Jeffrey White outside his Young Lane home there in Savannah. Agents say the investigation led them to Mailhot of Iuka and White, the victim's wife. Mailhot is charged with 1 count of first-degree murder and 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. White is also charged with first-degree murder, among other charges. Both have a bond that is set at $2 million. Also in Iuka, a woman there is facing drug charges after Tishomingo County deputies say they found a large amount of methamphetamine in a motel room. 48-year-old Virginia Peters is charged with possession of a controlled substance. She was also served with a warrant for petite larceny. Thursday, deputies were called to a local motel about a woman who was staying there who had outstanding warrants. Inside the room, deputies say they recovered drug scales, pipes, and baggies and other items they say is used to ingest meth. Her bond has not yet been set. Peters also has a hold placed on her by the Mississippi Department of Corrections. Time now to toss things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson to get a first look at our forecast. Hey there, Keith.
Scott, it's getting cool up here in Tupelo, 44 degrees, the wind variable at 6 miles per hour. Some spots still holding on to the low 50s. Those winds slow to relax this evening, but skies remain clear with that nearly full moon shining overhead. By the time we wake up about 7 o'clock around sunrise, we should be in the mid to upper 30s, so temperatures will continue to cool as that wind continues to slack on off. But for your Friday, lots of sunshine here. Temperatures will be cool to start. You'll need that jacket, but by the afternoon you can shed it. We're looking at some upper 60s to around 70. Pretty nice here with high pressure in firm control of our weather. Just a nice Friday for us. I'm back with your weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
Another dog attack sends one man to the hospital, this time in Union County. Sheriff Jimmy Edwards says a man was attacked inside his home by 3 dogs he was caring for this morning. The man received minor injuries and all 3 pit bulls were put down. Now, this is the second time in a week that a pack of dogs has been responsible for attacking someone. The recent attacks shine more negativity on the breed that already has a reputation for being aggressive. Our Jory Talley, she sat down with a breeder and an animal behavior expert to find out what drives dogs to be more aggressive and how to control it.
As far as aggression goes, really any dog has the potential.
Dr. Christine Calder is an animal behavior expert at Mississippi State's vet school. She says there are certain medical conditions and emotions that could cause dog aggression more likely to happen, such as pain, discomfort, skin problems, and other diseases. She also says dogs communicate by body language cues.
We miss or we don't recognize, and so our dogs tolerate a lot from us. You know, there's many dogs that really don't like hugs, and there's many dogs that don't like kisses, and it can be to a certain point where they'll tolerate that, and then maybe they have an ear infection or they have a toothache, and so their irritability level is much higher, and then they're much more likely to bite at that point.
The animal specialist says many different factors play a role in how dogs behave. Early learning experience, their environment, socialization, and how they're raised.
Started learning where these dogs derive from, what they use them for, what temperament they had, and these dogs was never meant to be mean toward human, you know, so a lot of stuff is caught and taught. So you have to be careful what you teach your dog or what they go through and what they see.
Orlando Ware has owned Agape Kennels for 10 years now, but his love for dogs and the pit bull breed has always been in his DNA. And now he's passing that same care on to his daughter, who has been around dogs since she was born.
Most of them are American Bully now, but you know, the pit bull terrier is part of our breed. So we stand up for our breed. And we just want people to know that these dogs are good dogs, and they want a lot of love and a lot of attention. So you have to be willing to put the time in it. Do your background, do your homework on these dogs to make sure this is a dog for you.
Before Ware started the kennel business and got involved in showing his dogs for competition, he trained police dogs.
Hey! Foy! The behaviors that you don't want, you have to be able to stop. So training is very important. At early age, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, you need to start training these dogs. You need to do socialization. You need to take them out, have them around different environments so they get to know that everything is okay.
The man attacked in Union County near Myrtle suffered cuts on his body from the dog attack. The sheriff says that the man was released from the hospital after getting stitches.
If you're heading out to the bus stop in the morning, you'll need your jacket. You should also be sleeping here soon. It's late. 37 degrees in the morning, by the afternoon into the upper 60s. That weekend forecast is next.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
A live view on this Thursday evening in Columbus and Vernon at Durham's Pharmacy, Tupelo, Louisville, Mississippi. All quiet here. We have that nearly full moon shining overhead. It's been a bit breezy today. We still have a little bit of wind out there. It is now relaxing below 10 miles per hour, gradually subsiding here tonight. We've got a mix of 40s and 50s across the Twin States right now. Let's talk about that weekend. Saturday, lots of sunshine, around 70 degrees. Now, the clouds are going to fill back in on Sunday, still around 70 in many spots, but more clouds, yes, and there will be a chance for some showers. as we go throughout the course of the day. Not everyone will see it, but it is possible. Now, the spring outlook, your April, your May, your June, suggests that we may see some warmer than average temperatures here in the southeast with some cooler than average conditions out across the high plains. Moisture, well, it's been wet and it looks like it could stay that way. The trend suggests we may see some more wet weather around here. We'll just wait and see how things play out. Our next system coming our way is churning out here in the desert southwest late out of Thursday. We'll see a little bit of cloudiness try to approach Saturday, but the moisture is going to hold off until Sunday and Monday. Now let's talk about your Friday here. Lots of sunshine. I'll call it mostly sunny. Winds from the northwest 5 to 10. Upper 60s to around 70 in the south. We're looking at mid to upper 60s here for you in Tupelo and Pontotoc, New Albany, and in Vernon, Sullivan, 68 degrees or so, 69 in Reform, Alabama. If you're trekking down to the South Mobile, 72, 73 in Shreveport, 74 down there in Tallahassee, so a little bit warmer towards south. A lot of sunshine here this evening, or tonight, clear skies. Tomorrow, a lot of sunshine. And then we're looking at maybe just a few more clouds trying to spill on in late on Saturday afternoon, but the moisture is going to stay to our west. We'll have a chance for a few showers here as we get into your Sunday. Not everyone will see it. And then our next system comes into play as we get into your Monday. We may see some showers and storms with that. It doesn't look like it's going to be a prolific weather maker for us, but it will give us a better chance for some rain. But your Friday looks great. Your Saturday, not too bad. A little bit cooler again tomorrow night, down into the 30s. We start to rebound at night, mid-40s as we get into our Saturday night. Your Sunday, again, there could be a few showers around here. Monday, that rain chance 60%. But at this point in time, it doesn't look like we're going to see a whopper of a system. That's certainly good news. Behind it, though, we'll have another shot at some cooler air. Tuesday, 60, 35 Tuesday night. So we can't shed the 30s just yet, even though we are now in the spring. 67 sunny Wednesday, 72 partly cloudy on Thursday.
Looking forward to Saturday's forecast. Thanks, Keith. Well, the madness has begun, and Mississippi State and Ole Miss take to the court tomorrow. Tom has a live preview later in sports. Welcome back, everyone. More and more places are starting to offer areas where mothers can breastfeed. We learn more about Baptist baby-friendly designation in our Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Susan Spencer, the Director of Women's Services at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. Tonight we will discuss the how and why of exclusive breastfeeding. Two of the important factors that can influence success in breastfeeding are breast milk only and only at the breast. Babies are made to breastfeed. Their stomach capacity is about the size of a small marble or a small grape. That's all they need at one feeding. They are also built for slow flow at first and will become easily confused with the gush of milk received from an artificial nipple. Their mouths conform differently to a pacifier and artificial bottle nipple than to mother's nipple. This can all be very confusing to some newborns and cause great stress to mothers who are trying to get breastfeeding off to a good start. The flip side of this is the woman's body only makes more of what is used. If the infant is fed formula, she will not want to breastfeed as frequently, and that will lead to a decreased milk supply. Another way to say this is, in order to make plenty of milk, keep using what is made. Some mothers worry that their infant is feeding too often. This is quite normal and helps build an abundant milk supply. Additionally, formula can interfere with the infant's immune system, which is a primary reason many women want to breastfeed. The staff at Baptist Hospital are specially trained to ensure that your infant is feeding well and off to a healthy start. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
It's quiet here now inside the SAP Center in San Jose, but 24 hours from now, it's going to be much, much better. We'll talk about Mississippi State Bulldogs basketball from California here next in sports.
WCBI sports coverage of the NCAA tournament is brought to you by Wade Incorporated. Bank First, a better way to bank. And visit Columbus, the city that has it all.
Welcome back here to the SAP Center in San Jose, California. Tom Ebel here, continuing our coverage of March Madness with the Mississippi State Bulldogs. The Bulldogs in the tournament for the first time since 2009. Mississippi State getting back to work today, getting to enjoy the sights and sounds of March Madness basketball. Everyone on the team for the first time ever in their college basketball careers. A special moment for Quindary Weatherspoon and Eric Holman, the two seniors that are able to experience postseason, meaningful postseason basketball for the first time. But when you talk about Mississippi State and Liberty, that is the matchup coming up tomorrow, the 5-12 seeded matchups. That has been the upset special of the NCAA tournament for more than the past decade. 10 of the past 12 seasons has featured a 12 defeating a 5, and that trend even continued a little bit earlier today when Murray State defeated Marquette. So another year, another 5-12 upset. You know Mississippi State has heard the noise about what a 5-12 matchup has meant over the past couple of years, and head coach Ben Howland and the guys calling it today a little bit of motivation.
We sat there and watched the unveiling of the tournament on Sunday together, and right after they announced who we were playing, Seth Davis, I mean, it was like boom, he said it right away. So it, made my job real easy.
We just looking forward to showing a lot of people what we made of. It's always been a Cinderella team, so we just hoping they could be us, and we just gonna play and stay down and just play for each other.
I know what we got in this locker room and how we gel together and the team we got. So I'm ready for those guys and to play with those guys and go out and play as hard as we can.
At the end of the day, nobody be in this tournament if they wasn't a winner, so that's how we take it. This team is good, just like all the other teams, no matter what seed or numbers in front of their name. They're on their spot here, and, we got to take that chance and win the ball game.
Ben Howland saying today that sophomore guard Nick Weatherspoon did not make the trip to California with the Mississippi State Bulldogs, and that Weatherspoon remains suspended indefinitely. Mississippi State not the only team preparing for a big March Madness matchup on Friday. The Ole Miss Rebels in the tournament for the first time since 2015. Our Courtney Robb has more from Columbia with the Rebels.
Thank you, Tom. Currently here at Colonial Life Arena, where the stage has been set for a difficult 8-9 matchup between the Oklahoma Sooners and the Ole Miss Rebels. Now, Oklahoma does have a lot more experience in the NCAA tournament compared to Ole Miss as of recently. Oklahoma getting back to the Final Four 2 seasons ago, also in the first round last year, and they have much more experience beyond that, whereas Ole Miss hasn't been to the tournament since 2015. No player on this roster has seen the big dance yet. Regardless of that, they're not discouraged by it. Ole Miss, Kermit Davis and his team knows that if they want to pull off a win, they're going to have to see two key factors: some great and physical guard play, as well as some staple Ole Miss transition defense.
Doolittle can get the ball off the defensive boards and bring it up as a center, a so-called center. So it makes you adjusting, getting back defensively, some different matchups, and obviously the way that they shoot the ball in the perimeter, they get the stretch four is so good. I mean, he's as good a stretch four shooter as it is in college basketball. So you're right, that's something that's been kind of a staple of ours for many, many years wherever we've coached, and it's got to be true to form tomorrow.
We just need to guard the ball, stay in front of our men, stay second in the air, be physical with them, and rebound the ball, and I think we should be fine.
I also had the chance to talk to head coach Kermit Davis about the difficulties Ole Miss has had finishing games off, and Kermit Davis saying that yes, it's definitely a concern when you look at games like Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky. He says he's telling his team that at the end of the game, what they really need to do is just get down court, make good basketball plays, and finish it off. That's going to do it for me here at Colonial Life Arena. Courtney Robb for WCBI Sports. Tom, I'll send it back to you in San Jose, California.
Thank you very much, Courtney. And while March Madness has been wild for the Bulldogs and the Rebels on the men's side, Hale State Hoops getting back to work today, preparing for its first-round matchup against the Southern University Jaguars. Bulldogs looking crisp in practice. Everyone's healthy. They've been gone or not gone, but haven't played in 2 weeks. The last time we saw Mississippi State women's hoops was when they won the SEC Tournament Championship against Arkansas. Southern University coming into town after defeating Jackson State in the SWAC Championship this past weekend. So Mississippi State preparing for Southern, beginning its road to yet another Final Four appearance. If you want to hear more from head coach Vic Schaefer and Anriel Howard, go over to our website, WCBI.com. So a insane Friday for the state of Mississippi in terms of athletics. Mississippi State tipping off against Liberty at 6:27 Central Time. Ole Miss is the morning tip. You can catch them at 11:40 p.m. Both of those games are on True TV. It's True TV season time, folks. Make sure you check your local listings and find out where you can find those channels. Mississippi State women's hoops will be taking on Southern at approximately 8:30. We'll have all the recap coming up tomorrow. Make sure you tune in all throughout the day, and we'll get you ready for a truly awesome day of sports on basketball as teams competing for a national championship. Reporting here in San Jose, California, Tom Ebel for WCBI Sports. We'll have the last of your forecast next.
Spring is here, yay! So why not spruce your landscaping up with some colorful plants? Starkville High School's Future Farmers of America chapter is hosting its annual plant sale today through Saturday. The event is a fundraiser for the horticulture group and features a variety of ornamental plants grown by the students. The sale is open to the public Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Millsaps Vocational Center on the Starkville High campus. Keith, I saw you were doing some planting this past weekend.
Yes, and I still have more stuff to do this weekend.
There you go.
Saturday, gorgeous day to do any landscaping, what have you, 70 degrees. Even tomorrow, too, not bad if you can scoot out of work early, perhaps. This week, 70, a chance for a few showers on Sunday, maybe some more rain on Monday.
Sadly, we will not be scooting out early. We're scooting out at midnight.
The news does not stop, regardless
of time.
Stop.
That's right. All right, thank you very much, Keith. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.